Hello, I'm going to talk about how to make a garter tab beginning for a triangular top-down shawl. And this is a very common beginning for triangular top-down shawls. And it starts with just the small little teeny bit of knitting. It's helpful to use a provisional cast on so that you can pick up your cast on stitches later, but really any type of cast on will work. And I am just going to use um, a long tail cast on for the sake of getting on with things quickly. So for this garter tab, we're just going to cast on 2 stitches and knit a total of 7 rows, and you'll end up with 3 garter ridges because we're working in garter stitch. And you'll notice I'm on double pointed needles, not because you should start this with double pointed needles, but because they were handy and I didn't want to dig out some circulars. But when you're starting your shawl, of course, you will be working with your circular needles, or the needles you're going to be using to knit the shawl. When you start this, though, I'm using a heavier weight yarn so you can see what's happening here. But you may be working with a fingering or even a lace weight yarn, and working on such a small bit of knitting really is very fiddly, and takes a little bit of patience to get through it. Okay, let's see what I've got here. 1, 2, 3 garter ridges, and that's 6 rows, and 1 on the needle. Okay, so now I've got my 6 rows worked, total of 7. So I've got 1 on the needle. I'm going to rotate this little rectangle of knitting 90 degrees. So the working yarn is at the top of this tab. And I'm going to pick up 3 stitches along this edge. Then when I've done that, I'm going to rotate again, and I'll be here at the cast on, and I'll pick up my 2 stitches there. So I'm going to end up with the total of 7 stitches on the needle. And to pick up, all you do, I like to go between my garter, the space between the garter ridges. So I would have 1, 2, 3. I suppose you could pick up here too, but that's kind of fiddly since there's stitches already there. So I'm going to pick up here, and to do that, I'm just going to push the needle that's in my right hand, the one that has the stitches on it, between my 2 garter ridges. I'm just going to push between. Let's see if I can stretch that. There, you can see the stitch here. I'm just going to push between those 2 garter ridges, wrap my yarn around the needle, and then you can take your the actual fabric and then pull it over the needle so that your stitch is picked up, and then go into the next one and do the same thing, and then take the garter ridge and pull. That's 2, and then here's the last one. A little snug, but I'm just going to go right in there and pull. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get my little tail out of the way. I'm going to rotate again 90 degrees, and I'm going to pick up my 2 cast on stitches. Now here, if I had done something like a provisional cast on, I'd be able to unpick it and then work the 2 loops, but I have just a standard cast on, so I'm just going to go into the space right at the base of the cast on, and then go ahead and pull it through, and then the last one, which is like right where the slip knot is, and then grab it and pull it through. And give it another try since it didn't cooperate. There we are. It's a bit tight, but I got it. Okay, so now here I have this odd bit of fabric on my needle. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, and for the top of the shawl, what you're going to do is you're going to put some markers in here. Let me grab a couple. I'm going to need 3, so let me grab 3 markers really quick. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do after you've got your stitches picked up is you're going to have a setup row where you put your markers. So what you're going to do is you're going to knit 2 stitches. It must have been from my beginning there. Knit 2 stitches. Pop a marker on your needle. Knit 2 stitches. Pop another marker on the needle. Knit 1 stitch. This is going to be the center stitch or the spine of the shawl. Pop another marker on the needle, and then you'll have 2 stitches remaining. So the outside 2 stitches are the border of the shawl. Let me just spread this out so you can. These 2 stitches out here and these 2 stitches out here are the edge of the shawl. These 2 stitches in here, this one and this one here and this one here represent this one here and this one here represent the stitches that are going to be increased into to make the body of the shawl. And then this center stitch here is you're also going to increase there, and that's going to be the center spine of the shawl. So for this shawl you're going to be increasing I think 4 stitches. Well, you're going to be increasing 4 stitches in each section every other row, I believe. Let me just do a couple rows to give an idea of what's happening. Okay, so you're going to start with the right side row of your chart. It's going to be row 1, or you can work from your directions. So you're going to knit 2 stitches. Knit 2. Move your marker. Yarn over. knit 1, yarn over, slip your marker, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip your marker, and then knit 2. And your wrong side rows are all going to be knit 2, purl 2, the last 2, and knit 2. So this is your garter stitch border or edge. So knit 2, slip my marker over, and now purl. And what am I doing? I am purling across the body of the shawl at this point. Oops, purling. And slip the marker and continue purling. So I did 4 yarn overs. I added a total of what? 4 stitches? Let me count in just a second. So I'm purled to the end, slip, go to the back, and knit the last 2. Okay, so we can see now we've got many more stitches for the body of the shawl. Okay, so let me do another row. Okay, so again, knit 2, slip the marker over, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, slip the marker, yarn over, knit 3, oh, I have to back up. I was supposed to do a knit 1, then yarn over. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 3, yarn over, and knit the last 2. And you can see as I do, see what's happening. Here was my original, because here's my tail, where the garter tab was, and see how it just carries on seamlessly now. It will continue to grow as the shawl grows. Get the marker out of the way there. So back to a wrong side row. Knit 2, purl across, you can see the beginning of the spine of the shawl here. And I'm just using a worsted weight yarn, actually, for demonstration purposes, because I wanted to be able to hopefully be able to show how to work that garter tab beginning. And I don't have enough fabric here yet to stretch it out, but you can sort of, If I do this, you can sort of see the spine is here. And I don't have enough stitches yet on the needle for a full repeat of the leaf pattern, but it grows so fast. You'll be seeing the pattern develop pretty quickly. So this is the next row is knit 2, slip your marker, yarn over, knit 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm on the wrong row. Knit 2, yarn over, knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, slip my marker, knit 1, yarn over, should be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, and knit 2. And so what am I doing right now? I'm building up enough stitches in my triangle so that I can begin my repeats. But you'll see there's these eyelets right after the edge here, and I'm building the spine here. And I've got stitches going on over here, and then the eyelets developing here. And I still am working on getting enough stitches here to begin my first repeat. Time to wake the house up. Okay, so I hope that was helpful with the garter tab beginning. If you have any questions, feel free to post a comment, or if you've in one of my classes, send me an email, or post your question on Facebook. I will see you in class.